Alright, welcome to Chapter 8 of Dexter. And this chapter is called The Edge of Darkness. Alright, the city of Miami was gripped by fear as the Baylor Butcher's reign of terror continued. Dexter Morgan, the man behind the mask, felt the pressure mounting. His dark passenger reveled in the chaos, but Dexter knew that the walls were closing in. Sergeant Dokes' relentless pursuit had become a constant thorn in his side, and the stakes had never been higher. One moonless night, Dexter prepared for his next kill. His target was a ruthless arms dealer who had evaded justice for far too long. The plan was meticulous, every detail carefully considered, but as Dexter moved through the shadows, a nagging feel of unease gnawed at him. Dokes came closer, and Dexter couldn't afford any mistakes. As Dexter approached the arms dealer's hideout, he felt a presence behind him. He turned, his heart pounding, but saw nothing. Shaking off the paranoia, he continued his mission. Inside the dimly lit warehouse, the arms dealer was oblivious to the danger lurking in the darkness. Dexter moved with precision, his every step calculated. He subdued the arms dealer, binding him to a chair in the center of the room. The man's eyes widened in terror as Dexter's cold gaze bored into him. "You thought you could escape justice," Dexter whispered, his voice a chilling monotone. "But justice has found you." As Dexter prepared to deliver the final blow, a noise outside the warehouse caught his attention. His heart raced as he realized that Dokes was closer than ever. He had to act quickly. With a swift motion, Dexter silenced the arms dealer, leaving no trace of his presence. Slipping into the shadows, Dexter watched as Dokes entered the warehouse, his gun drawn and eyes scanning the room. The tension was palpable, the air thick with anticipation. Dexter held his breath, every muscle tense. As Dokes moved closer to the scene of the crime, Dokes' instincts were razor sharp, his senses heightened by the thrill of the hunt. He could feel Dexter's presence, the invisible predator lurking just out of sight. But without concrete evidence, Dokes was left grasping at shadows. As Dokes examined the room, Dexter's mind raced. He needed to find a way out, a way to escape without being seen. The walls seemed too close in around him, the darkness suffocating him. But Dexter's training and the instincts kicked in, guiding him through the maze of crates and debris. Dokes' frustration grew with each passing second. He knew Dexter was close, but the elusive killer remained just out of reach. The weight of his knowledge pressed down on him, a constant reminder of the truth he couldn't prove. Dexter's heart pounded in his chest as he slipped through a narrow gap in the warehouse wall. The night air was a welcome relief, but the danger was far from her. He moved swiftly, his mind racing with thoughts of escape and survival. Dokes' voice echoed through the warehouse, a mix of anger and determination. "I know you're here, Morgan. You can't hide forever." Dexter's pulse quickened, but he remained calm. He knew that Dokes was right. He couldn't hide forever, but for now he had to stay one step ahead, to outsmart the relentless sergeant who hunted him. Holy, alright. As Dexter disappeared into the night, Dokes' frustration boiled over. He slammed his fist against a crate, the sound reverberating through the empty warehouse. The hunt had become personal, a battle of wills between two men driven by their own dark desires. Back at his apartment, Dexter's mind raced with thoughts of the night events. He knew that Dokes was getting closer, that the noose was tightening, but his dark passenger urged him to continue, to embrace the thrill of the hunt. Angela's voice broke through his thoughts, her tone filled with concern. "We need to be more careful, Dexter. Dokes getting too close." Dexter nodded, his expression grim. "I know, but we can't stop now. We have to stay ahead, to keep moving." The night was their domain, but the shadows held new dangers. The dance between the hunter and hunted had reached a fever pitch, and the stakes had never been higher. As Dexter and Angela prepared for the battles ahead, they knew that the darkness would only grow deeper. The edge of darkness was a treacherous place, where every step could be their last, but Dexter was determined to continue his dark journey, to embrace the chaos and the thrill of the hunt. And as long as the Baylor Butcher remained a ghost, the city of Miami would tremble under the weight of an unseen predator. In the end, the dance between Dexter and Dokes would come to an end, and only one time, and then only time would reveal who would emerge victorious from the shadows. The night was far from over, and the darkness held many secrets waiting to be unveiled. Holy. Alright, that was a lot. But basically, Dokes almost caught Dexter, but Dexter was too fast. He avoided him, and now it's back on the chase. And Chapter 9, Chapter 10 will get into a more aggressive case, or chase. There will be a death. I will guarantee you that. There will be a death in the two chapters. So stay tuned for that. It could be Dexter, it could be Angela, it could be Dokes, it could be Lagerta. It could be any of them. And any of them at all. But stay tuned.